Imagine an object that's been traveling for billions of years, just soaring through the empty space between stars. And then, one day, it shows up in our cosmic backyard and starts breaking all the rules we thought we knew. Okay, let's get into this, because this story is an absolute wild ride.
So let me ask you something. When you picture a comet, you see a bright ball of ice with a long, beautiful tail streaming out behind it, right? We all do. But what if I told you we found one with a tail that seemed to be pointing the wrong way? Yeah, that one question is at the center of one of the biggest space mysteries in years.
So let's meet our mystery guest, 3I/Atlas. The name is pretty simple. 3I just means it's the third interstellar object we've ever found, and Atlas is the name of the telescope that spotted it. This thing is a true alien, in the most literal sense of the word. It's not from around here. It's just a tourist from another star system, passing through. But this was no ordinary visitor. Almost right away, scientists realized it was behaving, well, weirdly. So weirdly, in fact, that it sparked one of the most exciting and controversial ideas in modern astronomy. Maybe, just maybe, this wasn't a comet at all. Maybe it was a piece of alien technology. And the list of strange things just kept getting longer. First, it was its color. It was this deep, unnatural blue. And it had jets of material shooting out towards the sun, which is the exact opposite of what a comet should do. Then, its chemistry was all wrong, with way too much nickel. Even its orbit was suspicious, almost perfectly aligned with our own planets. The odds of that happening by chance? Tiny. But this is the detail that made everyone's jaws drop. As it got closer to the sun, 3I/Atlas was measured radiating heat at a temperature that was hotter than the surface of the sun itself. Think about that. It's like standing next to a campfire and somehow becoming hotter than the flames. For an object that's just supposed to be reflecting sunlight, that shouldn't be possible. It seemed to break the laws of physics. Harvard's Avi Loeb really put it into perspective. He said that when you add up all these bizarre behaviors, the chance of this just being some weird natural rock is practically zero. It forced him, and a lot of other people, to ask a pretty profound question. Are we looking at a machine? An alien probe, silently cruising through our solar system. I mean, what a thought, right? It's incredible. But is that what was really happening? Or could this just be a giant cosmic misunderstanding, where our own imaginations are connecting dots that aren't really there? And this is where things take a fascinating turn. Right in the middle of this huge debate, a video just explodes online. It looked like real footage of 3I/Atlas up close, moving with this strange, graceful, almost deliberate motion. For millions of people, this was it. This was the proof. But here's the twist. The video wasn't a billion-dollar alien spacecraft. It was a paramecium, a single-celled organism swimming around in pond water, filmed under a microscope. And it fooled so many of us. It's the perfect example of how much we want to believe and how easily our eyes can play tricks on us. Okay, so the video was a fake. But the strange things we were actually seeing with 3I/Atlas through our telescopes, those were very, very real. So let's just strip away all the hype for a second and look at the hard data. Can science actually explain what's going on? To really get this, we just need to understand one key process. And I promise, it's simple. It's called sublimation. Basically, when a comet's ice gets close to the sun, it doesn't melt into water, it flashes straight into a gas. That gas is what makes a comet's fuzzy glow and its tail. Remember that. It's super important. So, mystery number one, why the weird blue color? Well, the comets in our solar system are kind of like dirty snowballs, and all that dust makes them look reddish. But tests showed 3I/Atlas is loaded with carbon dioxide, dry ice. And when sunlight zaps that CO2 gas, it glows a brilliant blue. There was so much of it that the blue light just completely overwhelmed everything else. Okay, so that explains the color. But what about that crazy tail pointing towards the sun? Well, remember sublimation. As the gas blasts off, it also kicks up heavier bits of dry ice. Now, the solar wind is strong enough to push the light gas away, creating a normal tail. But those heavier chunks, they have too much momentum. They just get left behind along the comet's orbital path, which, from our angle, looks like a tail pointing the wrong way. And just like that, you can see the puzzle pieces starting to fit. All these weird anomalies start to have natural explanations. And the biggest one, the idea that it was steering itself with an engine? NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory tracked it relentlessly. Their conclusion? Its path is perfectly explained by the pull of gravity alone. No engine, no course corrections, nothing. So, if it's not a spaceship, what in the world have we been looking at this whole time? Well, the picture that all the data paints is, in its own way, maybe even more amazing. The scientific consensus is this. 3I/Atlas is an ancient interstellar comet. And when I say ancient, I mean it. It's about 7 or 8 billion years old, which makes it almost twice as old as our own solar system. It's a fossil, a relic from the dawn of a completely different star system. And its incredible age helps explain all the other weirdness. As physicist Michio Kaku points out, an object that's been wandering the galaxy for 7 billion years has had plenty of time to fly through all sorts of cosmic clouds and, well, pick up garbage. That long, strange trip easily explains why its chemistry, like that high nickel content, is so different from our comets. No aliens needed. So the alien probe theory doesn't really stand up to the evidence. But that doesn't make this thing any less special. In fact, the real story of 3I/Atlas might be even more inspiring. Because the real wonder here isn't about some mysterious what, it's about a collaborative how. This object's arrival sparked one of the biggest and most coordinated science campaigns ever, bringing together space agencies and astronomers from all over the world. And look who got involved. We had NASA, the European Space Agency, telescopes on the ground from Chile to Spain. And what's really cool is that China's Tianwen-1 probe orbiting Mars got these crucial shots from a totally different angle. That data was vital. It's just an amazing reminder that when it comes to understanding the universe, we're all in this together. But its time with us is very short. It was discovered in July of 2025, it made its closest pass by the sun in late October, and after it flies by Earth in December, that's it. It will head back out into the darkness, continuing a journey that began long before humans ever existed. And that's its real legacy. It might not be a message from aliens, but it is a message for us. It's carrying secrets about how other star systems are born and how they evolve. It's a literal piece of another solar system delivered right to our doorstep. So, what a journey. We went from bizarre anomalies that hinted at alien tech to a classic case of cosmic mistaken identity. And we landed on an incredible story of global scientific cooperation. The evidence all points to an ancient natural comet. But the pull of the unknown is always strong, isn't it? So I'll leave you with this. Looking at all the possibilities, what does your intuition tell you? Let us know what you think.